Hello, everybody. Welcome to Battle Pirates Crib. It's open mic. Links in the right-hand side in case you'd like to join. And I guess we'll talk some about Spring Reckoning. We'll talk about High Seas Heresy and CM Diary. So, how's everybody doing? Lady Cat?
Hello, I'm good.
Magic Mike?
Just peachy. Hello, everybody.
Two Doors? Well, and then Derpy?
Where are my free repair tokens?
Well, we're still waiting for the May stimulus bill to pass. I'm sure both sides are blaming the others at this point in time, and we'll have to see. I don't think they work on the weekends, so your guess is as good as mine. But I'm sure the bill's in the house somewhere. And KB.
Yeah, good morning, everyone.
All right, let's take away. Let's go ahead and skip forward to we had got a new calendar. Go ahead. One more. All right. Next week is Pillage. And we're going to get the May Raid strategy guide next week or before, I'm guessing, unless we see an announcement pop out during the show or 2 or 3 minutes later. We will probably get that next week, which is, I think, an improvement to get a week earlier as opposed to 16, 14 hours before the raid starts. Because I think there's still a lot of questions that people have associated with it. And, I think, me, I think the whole show is a big proponent of getting the strategy guide out earlier and more complete than what we've seen historically.
I just have one word to say. Woohoo!
Yeah. We will see what it looks like. Hopefully they've taken a little bit of Derpy's guidance with some of the posts he's made. What was that, like 3 weeks ago, Derpy?
Something like that, yeah. I did PM Gilly, and she said she wants to get it out as soon as she can. And I said something like the Retribution Raid Strategy Guide, telling us what this turret's called, what kind of damage it does, any special abilities, and whether you can evade it or not. That's just the real basics, and that's what I'm hoping we see in here. But I like that they're listening. That's fantastic. I like that they're working on something. And I hope it's as comprehensive, or at least a little bit more comprehensive than we've seen before.
Yeah, and correct. So, yeah, that would be comprehensive.
Yeah, correct. Correct is always good.
Yeah, factual. So, yeah. Then the next week we have Inquisition, the next raid, first raid in the Tier 9 skirmish cycle. We're getting another PvE holo calendar. It's great. It just seems a little early, but I'm glad to get it updated as frequently as possible. PvP update post. And then we have the May FM, which I think is going to be a 4-month cycle based on the PvE hall calendar that we got a couple of weeks ago. And a May contest. Normally contests are not something that's in-game. Are normally like, I think the last one was build a creative base and get the half centaur badge type of thing. So I don't know that's something that we need to plan for. And then Bounty 32, any other thoughts on the calendar?
The only thing I have to say...
Oh yeah, Ben's right. Yeah, we are going into Assault. I'm sorry.
Yes. there's two things you're not supposed to talk about, and that's politics and religion, and it's just got these undertones on this raid with the Inquisition and heresy. And that's all.
Yeah, but they could just be wackadoodles, which I guess they're political as well.
Yeah.
Frank's guessing the next haul will be Garrison. It could be. They throw the new stuff at the. They throw the new stuff in the FM. As far as ship, doesn't have a real regular pattern. The Inferno Dragon lasted for a long time. I'm hoping that the Praetorian lasts for a while longer, but you could be right. But there's really no pattern to follow on that one.
Yeah, when do we get our X1 Praetorian upgrades?
Yeah, that would extend it for another, 6-8 months if they go X1.
I've never finished my upgrades now. I can't find shipyard time.
Yeah. So I don't know, Frank. I'm not sure if Garrison will be next. So unless you're just joking that I accidentally called it skirmish, not assault. So let's go to the PvE calendar. Next week is, that's why I'm surprised, because we haven't even got this calendar done, and we get another one in 2 weeks. But like I said, it'd be great. But pretty much the first month we've already talked about, and there's really not too much to talk about. Oh, except for the fact that I think it's not next FM. That's only going to be a 3-week cycle. It's the following month that will be a 4-month cycle. So it should only be a 3-week 3-week FM cycle next time around. So I guess I misspoke twice by skipping a month ahead. So all right, let's see what else we got. All right, this is part of the CM diary. This was all under the heading of May Raid, and I'm a little bit confused by it. I tried to get some clarification on Discord, and I ended up equally confused. We are going to get X1 upgrades for the Zealot and Zealot flagship, which I assume will come in the raid. The Devout Zealot, which is the flagship for the Zealot in this upcoming assault raid, and I'm assuming that's coming in pillage. At least historically, that's the way it works. Then we get a new corrosive battery. Not sure where that's happening. I would hope it's in pillage, but the way it's included in the CM diary makes you think it's the raid, but it could go either way. I'm uncertain. And then the Mongoose heavy rockets. It's a new turret that I'm assuming that might come out in the raid. It's hard to tell. Does anybody have any clarification or questions or conversation about what we're going to be getting?
Well, go ahead, Derby.
The way I read this is it sounds like we're going to get the Corrosive Battery 2, or whatever they call it, and the Mongoose Heavy Rocket in the Inquisition raid. That's why I'm reading it.
That's the way I'm reading it too, but they also threw out the flagship for the Zealot. Unless that's, okay, we're just explaining what the Zealot flagship is?
I think they need something new in pillage, and they need something new in the raid. So I think it's the Zealot flagship in pillage and this corrosive battery in the raid.
Yeah. I mean, it's the way it reads. It's just sometimes, no, that's the way it reads, except for when they throw out the name of the flagship here. It leads to a little bit of confusion on my part, but yeah, it definitely reads like this is popping up in the raid.
Well, that kind of upsets me. I don't mind so much that we're getting the battery, a new battery, because I hadn't put the old one on. But if we're not getting it in pillage, that means I won't have it for the raid. So do I have to put the old one on just to put it on to take it off for a weekend?
Well, as a reminder that you can use the Punisher. So if you kept all your tokens, you could use the Punisher, which is does high level targets, and then buy the corrosive battery and slap it on your ship and never. I don't know. It's hard to tell.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Wouldn't it make sense to have the corrosive battery in the flagship in pillage and the upgrades in the raid?
Yeah, the flag is, a lot of times we've gotten the flag and a special in pillage. I'm not, I just wish I could get, confirmation that it's 100%. But I'm guessing the corrosive battery is coming in the raid. But there was times where we would get a special and the flagship during pillage. So
what I'm a little concerned about is that if this special is coming in the raid, it might mess with our build weight, because we're kind of at maximum weight already. The build we're mostly all running, we can't fit all scatterguns on our ship. So we don't know the stats on this thing. We don't know the weapon weight. So maybe they should do what they leaked last time, and they told us the stats on the Sacred Artifact engine. Why don't they do that with put it in game so we can play with builds already? That would be nice.
Yeah, that'd be helpful if it doesn't drop until the raid. That and especially do we need it? Because it probably is an indication of what we're going to need. We could assume there's going to be a boost in corrosive damage, and then we're going to also see survival jumps. But are we also going to see potentially evade in there, or is it just going to be corrosive battery? Just scale it up 50%.
I don't think they're gonna do that. Our builds, even now, when we look at them, a lot of people think that corrosive battery is kind of the first special to cut. I've got a couple of mine that have it on, and a couple of mine that don't. The ones that don't have Guidance Scrambler 3, and they're more pen resist focused, and the other two are they have corrosive battery, and they're more corrosive resist focused. They're my more damaging ones, but it does seem a little odd. I guess it might also depend on the makeup of the target of ships versus not. But what are they going to add? Is this just going to be slightly bigger numbers? Is this going to be like 60% corrosive damage? Because the turret survival, especially for assault, should be kind of useless.
Yeah,
it shouldn't really be the point. Maybe something like a combat or turn speed buff might help, but they're going to have to make this corrosive battery something pretty good if they want us to forsake something like evade or a hyper 30 or something else that's already on there that we put.
well, that's what I was hoping, that they would put evade as part of this. But yeah, who knows? And I just got a word that the strategy guide will land early next week. So don't expect it on the next day or two. So, okay. So we talk this one out. So
Yeah.
let's move on. All right. This is the rules of engagement update. I think most of this stuff was in Saltwater's original post. I don't know. Is there anything in here that's new or worth bringing up again that anybody's seen? Okay. Well, because we've seen this before. This is, like I said. So let's see what's next. I'm actually curious what's next. Okay. Here we go. All right. High Seas Heresy. We talked about this on Wednesday. This is something you should try to do. I know, Derpy, you dropped a video doing prize pack 1. using the Zealot. Have you tried to do past Prize Pack 2 using the Zealot? I started using the Zealot on Prize Pack 3, and then I realized even just doing the first encounter, I was going to run out of time.
Well, I did Prize Pack 2 with my... I did the encounter number 5, I believe. I did that one with my Zealot fleet, which was actually really, really easy. That's the big Dino 2, that one co-op target that we all hit a whole bunch of during the raid, if that makes sense. That was actually really, really easy with my Zealots, easier than the first couple. I'm actually currently in encounter number 3 on the mastery round with my Pegasus fleet.
How much damage are you getting at the end?
Well, it took my Pegasus fleet. It took about took 10 hours of repair or so for Price Pack 3. I'm confusing myself. I know I took about 10 hours of repair on my Pegasus fleet for doing one round of the TLC. I don't know if it was all 7 encounters or just 6, but I'm at U0.
Oh.
Are you trying to say something, Mike? You're just making
No,
noises.
when he said he was at U0, that explained a little bit because you know how bad I drive and I didn't have that much damage. Actually,
yeah, but you're at X1.
Yeah, I'm X1, but actually, it wasn't as horrible as I thought it was going to be. I tried one, not the Mastery, Prize 3, last night, and I never, you know how I like to go back to the base and repair all the time. Well, with an hour, I don't have enough time to do that. So I just went straight on through, and I took about 5 hours and change damage. But I used what's the one with the helmet guy, the demo crew?
Yes.
Yeah, I used that crew, and wasn't too bad. Like I said, it was like 5.5 hours, I'll say. Today I did it with different crew, Silent Hunter. I don't remember.
Sea Serpents.
Sea Serpent, yeah. And I took like, what the hell, 7 hours was it? 2 hours more damage than I took yesterday with the demo crew.
Yeah, the demo crew is a hard crew to get. So
yeah, I had a bunch of them, but I hadn't used them in a long time, probably 3 years. So I thought, what the hell, I'll just throw one on and see what happens because it looked like it might do okay. And it did a lot better than that Sea Serpent.
Yeah, with the increase in damage and protection, I would hope it would.
Yeah, like 2 hours difference. And when I finished, I'll be brief. When I finished the first mastery round, my flagship was like 1 or 2 more hits and it would have sunk. And I finished the encounter, so it was that close. But so far, no coin and no using tokens for repair yet.
Okay.
So I'm thinking you got to use a crew, so Mike's got to roll some crews.
Yeah. And I wasn't sure, Derpy, you said you're right now in Prize Pack 3, encounter 3?
I'm in Prize Pack 4 now, or I'm in encounter 4 right now.
Okay.
Because I finished it.
Now, when you're talking about Derpy, that those turrets are like one shot takes them out. If that's the one you were talking about, the co-op one where you went up on the left-hand side and just parked in that little corner, and all the enemy ships that come out get taken out by the.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about that I tried my Zealots in.
Those are like all one shots. I mean, I couldn't believe how quick you can take them out. That's a pretty nice target, actually.
Yeah, that one I blew through in about 1 minute.
Like that one.
For some reason, the damage output was pretty good from our side.
Yes, I was surprised at how quickly the turrets went out.
Okay.
Literally one shot.
Greg is using he's using the Pegasus on encounter 4, and the rest of he's using 3 zealots. The Sea Serpent crew, no upgrades for 3 hours on the zealots. I don't know. Maybe my Pegasus my zealots aren't advanced enough. I'm not taking that much damage with them. It just takes so long. It just seems to take too long to kill the target. In order to get 7 in an hour. That's been my problem.
I had to I think I burned a 1-day build token to put some more weapons on, and then I spent time just putting weapons on. My specials are done, my armor's mostly done. Just to put weapons onto my zealots, because the very first time I thought, oh yeah, I'll do it with the new ship with stupid high defenses. How hard can it be? And it took about 10 minutes for me, who had like 8 guns at the time, to kill the first target. And it's like, well, that sucked. So yeah, you probably need more guns. 4 is the pillage one, right? 4 is the pillage target that we've become accustomed to.
Yeah, that's the one you kill the ships in the first half, and you can auto the second bit.
Yeah, those.
Yeah.
It's hard fighting the ships with the zealots because their range is garbage. So by the time you're shooting at them, they'll have shots at you. They'll keep getting shots off.
And they get up on it pretty quick.
You can actually just at normal speed, I found I could keep up and outpace the really small ships that are always surface based and have only a corrosive gun. I forget what they're called, but that's nice. Even still, with all that and tune down number 6, it does take a while to complete with zealots.
Oh, do you want me to do you want me to share my screen going through the last 3, or have we seen these before
Sure,
and is it good enough?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And while we're doing that, as soon as Derpy starts to screen share, Lady Cat, do you want to refresh? Because a couple minutes ago I added in BP next week.
Okay.
But when we have the little downtime here.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Now you're clear to do that.
Okay. Well,
So the big question is whether you can do the horse racing call while you're hitting the target.
I think that's way too difficult.
Yeah. Well,
I'm going to try and die halfway through. My internet's just going to cut out again.
There might be a 9/11 call to Derpy's house as he's completely run out of wind, and he accidentally gets as
he just dies live on air. The target times out. And
everybody's like, well, he's short on breath. He's coughing a little bit. Oh, he's got the COVID, and not realizing what he just did. So we're wishing the best for you here, Derpy.
I was unfamiliar with this target before this one. I think it was like a lower co-op in one of the.
It was a raid target, but you probably hit the big 904, 902 target instead.
Yeah. They can see you from that far away? I did not know that.
He's got a ship in the back.
Yeah, I didn't think they'd be able to see you from all that way.
No, he's out of the clouds.
They got
Back.
about like full map range, I think.
Huh. Well, there's nothing to commentate, so I'm free.
Yeah, I just went right after him. I didn't do it that way.
Problem with
Yeah, I did
They're
that the last
making a
time.
left turn. They're making a left turn.
Why is he doing this? Oh my God!
It's another left turn.
But do you have time to do all this?
It's a Jeff Denham thing.
We got an hour to do this target.
Yeah, so
You'll make it up on number 6.
Yeah, so you
And I have 38 minutes left before I started this.
Yeah, so you have like
Ooh.
average, like 7 minutes of target.
That worked out a little too well. Didn't take any flack. They're making a left turn.
So why are you trying to keep the some of those ships away?
I'm keeping the one away that has the CIC, the red, that lowers my range.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever anything else gets close, like about 2 seconds ago here, I move that one into the cloud. Everything else goes by. They can't see me because I'm in the cloud, and I can just kill them for no damage, essentially.
Ones with the red. I didn't know that about the red range.
That's interesting because you took a hit there, but like that means that the small ship would have had to have seen you. But oh, you have scatters of your own, I guess. That's what it was. You shot at them.
Yeah, my Warp Pegasus is in here. But I got shot at by that stonefish, the one that's kind of submerged underwater. Because I messed up a little bit once, but it wasn't splash damage. Here's a larger mess up.
You're creating a mess up.
No, that was...
It's all falling apart.
This is all pre-taped, everybody.
These two clouds are actually a little bit separate right here. I forgot which one was my tracker ship. These two clouds are a little bit separate. Like this cloud that, I don't know, looks kind of phallic. I'm not sure why they designed it this way, but this cloud's one and this cloud's another.
I will never be able to look at this target this way.
Yeah.
And this is just the start.
It's a lot easier after this.
We've got NASCAR strats. We've got phallic clouds that have a gap between the hawk and the balls somehow. Like what?
Yeah.
If you have a gap like that, consult your doctor. Except maybe not now.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's...
You can use video chatting for your doctor's office.
Yeah, that's great. Just take it all off in front of their work.
Hey, check this out. Look what I got going on.
They charge you for an office call.
Do they now?
Video chat and office call to boot.
I see. Okay.
I don't know that for sure.
You're just guessing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's the way that people do things, right?
Yeah, I'm just... Yeah, like Lady Cat brought up originally, I'm like, you must have just tore through the first couple of targets in order to have the time to do this. Because I gave up after like a counter 3. I'm like, okay, I only have 35 minutes left. I'm like, I'm not going to get this done. And I just ended it.
Yeah, well, I
think there's more.
I didn't try to go fast, really, but I think Pegasus killed this thing faster than Zealots.
Yeah, that's true.
There's one left.
Yeah.
Maybe
There might be more, though, even still.
I feel like the Pegasus kills the ships faster, and the Zealots will kill the turrets faster.
Do you have corrosive battery already on?
I have them on a couple,
Okay.
but it's more so... You know, I might stand corrected now that I'm looking at this, because I've only ever done them with my Zealots. But you can, like the one at the very corner, you splash that, and then all 3 of those missile turrets are just about dead pretty quickly. But I think you're taking them down a little faster.
Yeah, the Pegasus, at least my Pegasus is, they take them down much faster than my Zealots. But
Yeah.
I don't have the battery on them.
Turpy's doing a great job with tanking with that thing.
Well, TSM, you can drive your Zealots like you stole them. You have a full U3 fleet.
Yeah, what's a great video. I wish I had that, please.
And he's already got 40 of the scatter guns. So yeah, I'm just kidding on that. But yeah. The problem is we only have 20 of them, and so it's It's problematic.
We have 20, and we can get 10 more in this TLC and 10 more in Pillage, assuming they're in Pillage.
Yeah.
Okay, I stand corrected. Only 4 weapons.
Per ship. So that's 16. Wait, you have 5? Are you running 5 ships?
He coined the flagship that we don't have yet.
Well, he could have built the 5th ship and not, took advantage of the survival bonuses and just, Okay.
Yeah, TSM's video spoiled me because it just made it look so easy. But it was a great video, TSM. Thank you. I got to see all the targets. That was good.
And, when this was a raid target, I got it down. I'm sure other people got it down to instant repair. So I was during raid, but still. Daniel Baker, Pegleg, put up a big post on TFC that has videos for myself, Jerry, one other person, I think, going over these targets, detailed breakdown stuff when they were in the raid.
Mm-hmm.
If that's interesting to anybody.
And
How long do I have left here? That's on TFC.
Half hour.
Wow, you got a half hour. Yeah, I'd already. Yeah.
See, you shouldn't give up.
Good target.
Okay, let's see. Okay, we're going to start here. We're gonna group on up, and we're going to send all our ships off to the very left side here. We're going to run through this red ring. Make sure you keep moving so you don't take too much damage. I'm going to take my War Pegasus, move it slightly ahead, slide to the right of everything else so I don't take too much damage, and any stuff that targets my ship's accuracy base goes to the ship with the higher survival and the higher evade. That's going to go to the corner, and that's just going to sit and park there. Meanwhile, we have a whole convoy of scourge ships going in line by line. Bam, bam, bam. And there's some background noise for you.
The crowd applauding.
Well, yeah.
I remember this target.
We're going to take bets on how long those ships
I
last.
wasn't sure if he just bought a cow or a couple of dogs or a
I
horse.
just blew through this and
The good part about this
kills
one is when
everything.
you're going to one-shot everything. Even the ships, you just one-shot them. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I got instant repair out of this one, so I didn't even bother waiting for him to kill everything. I just went and killed the lot.
Using Zealots or Pegasus?
Zealots.
Okay. That makes a difference. My Zealots aren't ready. I'm not sure how they'll do.
They took from your strategy last time of driving in circles.
As long as you're turning straight left, it's really exciting. Yes, we have the bottom group right here going in a circle, maybe getting killed by the Stormbringer missile. We have the central group right here killing a bunch of things, firing some scatter guns everywhere. And this top group right here will go in a circle. What you have to do right here is wait.
You know what?
And sometimes your ships can you might get hit a little bit right here, but if you poke yourself out just a little bit, you can outrange some of this stuff and do a little bit of damage to the non-Stonefish ships.
And Dopey, if you see the ships in the middle there, I think some of the issues with them and why they're dying so fast is they're turning right. Now, we saw on the last attempt at this that you really want to be turning left. That's just the way to go, and they're turning right, and that's no good.
Wrong direction.
Yeah, are they from Australia? We don't know.
Are they a kick-side game designer that likes to do things the wrong way? I don't know.
Well, maybe one's on the metric system and one isn't. That can mess things up.
They converted their degrees to radians. That's where their problem is.
So instead of turning 60 degrees, they're turning 60 radians per second.
Oh God!
Do you know how fast that would be?
It's terrifying.
You math people.
I was just waiting for somebody to go nerd. Then you had to one up me by making him die. You put him in a centrifuge, and that's how fast they go.
Yeah, we're trying to separate them based on mass.
Oh, yeah, that's the large. The
That's how Kixi enriches uranium.
large Harlock collider. Boo this man.
Okay, should I park here and let these two things just kill themselves?
No, just take them out of their misery.
Be merciful, I guess. See, they're turning right. Got no chance.
That's their problem.
Yep.
They had 7 targets like this one. I'd play it all day.
There's got to be some element of challenge. I've always found the element of challenge to be in the last one.
This
I'm
one's
not-
like
Ooh,
lots of ships in
on
this.
the edge there.
Oh boy, this is the 505 target.
Lots of shit coming at you in this one.
I hate this one.
Get to that group of turrets on the lower left there, and you're going to get hit by many. Of course, you counter a lot of that. And it begins.
Are they going to stop coming at me, or is there just going to be things at me for the whole
There's
battle?
lots of them.
Yeah, I see a couple more on the mini map. My fleet might not make it through this.
I don't think so. Not to be negative, but
Yeah, this is fairly. It's not an easy TLC by any means.
no, they're making you work for those darn weapons and tokens. Big time.
Which is kind of a shame because we've got a FM that most of us have to do a lot on, and it's a really fun event. I like Spring Reckoning, and I'd rather be doing that than this, but I'm going to have to break down and do this.
Well, one ship went down.
Spring Reckoning is it's so free.
Well, the 9, yeah, I saw a way to do that. The 901 target may be cheaper, but it's just kind of fun.
I feel a little bad. I got a bunch of points and I got everything I wanted from Reckoning because I got a little lucky. But the end of night 1, someone was like, "Yeah, you just do it with one ship."
Yeah, I found
not.
that. Oh, on
And
the
so-
auto? No.
Okay,
Well, I think that was actually Derpy, wasn't it?
might have been. I saw.
I'm sure several other people.
Yeah.
But it worked. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
You're in trouble now,
that's
Derpy.
a problem.
Somebody get ready to play taps.
So,
Well,
can we blame this on Magic Mike if you don't make it through?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
yeah, you're the one who said I wasn't, so that's
Yeah, I know. It was based on my own experience. I finished this one. I think I'm repeating myself, but my flag had 1 or 2 shots left on it, and it would have sunk.
I can't recall why I have 2 War Pegasus. So
Didn't you build it for pillage so you could use one, swap the other out, or what?
it was something. There was some sort of thing going on where I ended up with a lot of like, why would I waste the shipyard time? I don't know.
Well, we had a couple of
Didn't they?
moments where the balance was off and we had a free shipyard.
Yeah,
So did it then.
yeah, something happened where I ended up with where I ended up with that. But I didn't. It had to be tokens that I did it with. So
And this is encounter 3, or is this a mastery?
Price Pack 3 and the Master are the same one.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, good news is you're probably going to get this done real cheap.
Yeah, I need to do price pack 2 tonight then, I guess.
Real cheap being there's almost no repair on these Zealots, one hopes.
yeah, because they're fast enough to outrange the concussive damage. Or I'm sorry, corrosive damage.
Paint's getting scratched.
And by outrange, you mean outrun?
I thought I said outrun. Okay, yeah, I meant outrun. Yeah.
Okay, just keep turning left.
Well, it's a NASCAR thing.
Best strategy, left turns.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's a real sport if you just turn left all day.
Wow. We're going to get the NASCAR haters after you now in
Yeah,
chat.
I used to think the same thing.
You just make your base where all your left turns go into walls. Be like, ha, gotta turn right now.
But you got to
Checkmate.
go 200 miles an hour doing it.
Yeah, but then when you drive your guard, you got to make all right-hand turns, and that's going to throw things off, isn't
There
it?
you go. There you go.
So, yeah.
I mean, there's no NASCAR on right now.
Well, there will be soon.
Yeah?
Yeah, real soon.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah.
No fans. You can't hear the fans anyway. So.
Yeah, and they were the ones that did the. They were was there prize money? If anybody that's a NASCAR fan, was there prize money associated with? Because they were doing it with a video game, and I'm not sure where they broadcast it, but I would hear about it on ESPN. A lot of rage quitting went on, from what I recall.
Let's see. It's a reference question. I'm doing my job. Okay, it's not actually my job.
He looks up. He looks up NASCAR stats.
11 off live racing. Yeah.
Because that's one of those sports that you could sort of get away with that.
Okay.
And I used to watch the drone racing.
That was so cool.
Yeah. They didn't bring that back for the coronavirus, but that was that was exciting to watch the drone racing.
The first person view is fucking terrifying.
They have to put the cameras on those things tilted. You can't put them straight forward because when your drone's flying so fast, you have to put it tilted upward at an angle because the drone tilts down when you fly it.
Okay.
Virtual exhibition series and races. So, no, not real. Exhibition to me means there isn't prize money, although maybe it just doesn't count towards the official season.
Yeah, it doesn't count towards any cup or
It
whatever.
more fun. So
Nearly 1 million viewers, okay.
Wow, I bet you're doing good.
What? How am I doing good?
Nearly 1 million viewers.
Okay, yeah, well, I think that's not. We're not doing NASCAR. Well, except for Derpy is making a lot of left turns, so maybe we are NASCAR at this point.
I think he qualifies,
hmm
and he could MC it as well.
Yeah,
Or-
now when he's doing it,
I didn't see anything about any prize money, which is
Okay.
a little weird because, you're almost 1 million viewers. You're making ad revenue off of that. And I can't imagine that the cost for this is that high. I mean, you got to buy the game, you might have to buy rigs, okay. But compared to putting on an actual NASCAR race,
Mhm.
no. But then again, people are buying tickets and probably over expensive hot dogs and beer and beer and
Mm.
beer.
funnel cakes.
Oh, they have the that's dangerous. Deep fried Oreos, we get that too. Have all the state fair foods that'll kill you.
Possibly. Yep.
No prize money, but
A lot of deep fried things. Okay.
So what happens if I finish this TLC? If I start this last encounter like 2 minutes before the timer on the TLC runs out and finish the target in one hit? Do I still get the prizes?
I think so.
Yeah. With TLC, go ahead.
As long as the time is still running on the actual base that you're doing, yeah, you should get the points.
Wow,
Are you about to run out?
yeah, your evade was not nearly the same.
what's your first ship look like?
It looks the exact same as the others.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That'll do it.
I threw a GS3 on what I was running as a flag, and I was getting decent evade numbers, but like I said, it was just taking too long.
Yeah, I had GS3 on the front and a couple of countermeasures, so I did that one pretty well.
GS3 on them all, so
I just
Okay.
have to do this 5 more times. So
Yeah.
Yeah. You're looking forward to it, aren't you?
That's the fun part.
Mhm.
You get to do it over and over and over again.
Well, part of the thing is he does
Like that.
have, every time he does it, he gets more scatter guns, so he could, potentially start using the zealots.
yeah, that's what I did. I'm up to the 3rd mastery level, so I was able to use a couple of the tokens to fit some more guns to them.
Yeah, and it might make it, because I'm reading in chat that some people are have 3 fully ranked but not upgraded. We got so Lego is doing it with zealots. I don't see how I could finish it in time with zealots. So
3 full zones ranked.
yeah. So maybe he's got the corrosive battery on there and things like that increases the damage that you're doing. Cause
Yeah, I've got corrosive battery on all mine.
Okay. So, all right. BP next week. We have Death Roll and Cry Havoc. This came out recently. Cry Havoc is the PvP TLC, or sort of PvP TLC, where the base hitting TLC, where everybody wasn't happy with it at first, unless you picked it apart. We had Basilisk and other stuff, but other people were doing okay with it. But Death Roll, does anybody remember what Death Roll is?
let's see. I googled it, and I think I was using Subjugators I was using Arch Nemesis X and Saturns. I think it's prizes for the Subjugator.
Okay. So you Googled it, so it didn't come up with some sushi restaurant.
Yeah, No, just Death Roll TLC. That's the subjugator upgrade tokens, build tokens, UAV stuff. So
Okay. Alrighty. And then so we get the Zealot flagship, the Devout, and plus assault chests. Okay, that's what's happening next week.
In a keelboat, a death roll is the act of broaching to windward, putting the spinnaker pole into the water and causing the crash drive of the boom and mainsail. Basically, you're screwing yourself over. So you unintentionally did something completely related to BP on that. I was just trying to see what the heck would be in a death roll. Broken glass? I don't know.
I'm assuming it's some sort of eating thing on YouTube where people are eating really spicy tuna rolls. You know, oh, there's ghost peppers, there's habaneros, there's Carolina Reapers, oh, and it's spicy tuna roll. And then you call it the death roll. The people eat it, and you know.
So what you have to do with that as well? You have to do what my kind of idiot friend did, and when you're making the rice, you cook it in sriracha and not actual water like normal people.
Well, he had to dilute the sriracha to a certain extent, unless he was cooking in a really low heat. Otherwise, he just going to end up with a burnt mess.
I'm not so sure that he did not do that.
Okay. Well, you want to give a shout out? You throw his name out there since you called him a semi-idiot?
Nope.
Okay, just making sure.
I don't watch the show.
What?
I don't watch
Okay.
By the way, to me, a death roll is what an alligator does to its prey.
That was also something that came up, yes.
That's what comes to my mind.
Maybe death roll has alligator in it.
What was that again? I think I missed part of that. Okay, but probably it's best that I missed it. All right, that's BP next week, and I think the next thing is Spring Reckoning.
Oh, we're done.
Oh no! Well,
I don't know.
we were talking about Zealot bills. I think we did enough on that on Wednesday. Let's see if we have the Spring Reckoning thing. There we go. Spring Reckoning. I'm not going to reinterpret this as a painting or anything else like I did on Wednesday. My only experience with this was not great. I hit a target, all fine. I went around the outside, killed all the mines, and killed the rest of it. And then the first thing I go up there to claim is the Spring Reckoning. I hadn't even claimed anything yet. And I click on it, and I end up with a tier 8.5 skirmish chest. Yeah. And then the second one, I got the right one. And then I open it up, and because they've been feeding us titanium for the last month, of course I get 0 out of 50,000 titanium. And so I got nothing useful out of the whole thing, and So, does anybody have any better experiences with Spring Reckoning?
Me? First of all, that picture is, I have these flowers for you, but they also contain a bomb, and you're going to die now. That's what the blood is. I ran through, I think, 4 901s with my flagship on auto, so I don't even know what the target looks like. But I bought the chests, and people were saying that they swapped places, so I took note of that. Thankfully, I was able to get the chest that I meant to get every time because it bounced back and forth as opposed to staying in the second spot once it was done. So I don't know why that's still happening, but that's an issue, and I never heard of it. Like,
it's been around.
There are no display issues.
Happening past ones.
Yeah, there's no bug fixes. Everything's fine.
There's no display issues with the game.
Yeah, but I got out of 10 chests, I got 7 skins and meh resources, so that was good. For about an hour damage each, a little over an hour damage each. No, 1 with a U1 ship, just the flag. So
just the flag. Okay,
cool.
You're running the flag. Okay.
It works.
All right. Does anybody want to hit one of these targets, or?
Well, I can't because I didn't know I could hit it with just a flag until I'd hit it a couple times. So I'm preparing a full fleet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it appears that the turrets have no armor. So as long as you, or next to no armor, I mean, it's yeah. So anybody out there, Magic Mike,
Got a
Derpy,
lot of red
KB?
in my dock, but
Well, no, you don't have to.
try and do-
I'm just throwing it out there as far as the basic technique of at least mine was like I went counterclockwise and killed all the mine stuff and the mine generators, and then went back into it.
so just are you asking to use just the flag and go in there and try?
Well,
it?
however you want to do it,
I'm willing to do it, but I want to know what I'm trying to do.
I
So
don't
I
need
make a complete fool of myself.
Yeah, however you.
I did one target early on. It didn't impress me at all. But
I love the 901 target. I think it's fun. I had fun driving it.
so just the flag.
Which yeah, I mean,
Flag
I
and
don't
go on?
want you to be repairing to
I didn't use
spending
any.
anything on repairing, but yeah,
Well, I'm going to be.
if you want to do it that way, but because basically what I want people to see is the fact that basically the mines fall down, to the bottom of your screen. So if you go up and around, you don't have to even interact with these mines. Just go and kill them. At least that's been my experience.
Hold on, let me see. Get this thing.
That's what I was trying to get across.
Well, I'll try the flag. And you're thinking of 901? I got to share it on that.
Yeah.
Would help, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, or you can have share with Derpy, and Derpy will do the play-by-play, and then you'll hit it.
Well, I got.
No, it'd be theater of the mind. It'd be 1930 whatever, and isn't that the way you kids used to do it back in the day? Theater of the mind.
Are you talking to me? I don't know. I'm reading a thing. A friendly heads up: Chrome is a bug that can cause a screen to crash on Windows 10. It's the first time I'm seeing it. It's pretty rare, but if it happens, you may want to use Firefox. What the hell?
I don't know.
I'm not finding whatever. I'm finding the Ludacris album when I look up Theater of the Mind. I don't know what you were talking about.
Theater of the mind was back in the day when people would,
Radio.
Oh, radio drama? About halfway down the page? Ah.
Yeah.
That's why I don't know it.
Yeah, I think it was before
I
your
took-
time.
A little bit, yeah.
That's why I referenced Magic Mike. He was a little closer to that, being a thing. So
I got to find a 901.
I think I have about 6 different zealot skins from hitting these things.
I've only got 2. I'll need to hit more. I accidentally got the wrong chest. I did send a ticket and I asked them to swap it, and then I accidentally spent the skirmish chest that I didn't want. So now I have nothing to swap it with. So.
well, it's not
Yeah,
that
you are. Ready when you are.
okay. You're already presenting.
Oh, okay. This is the comic relief part of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Is this on auto or are we actually
No,
doing this?
I think he's going to drive it, but
I'm gonna drive it, but I think
you want to stick to the outside. See, right there in the upper right, that's the mine generation building. And if you stick to the outside, you should be able to kill it. And you see how they drop down, so it's not even putting you in any danger from the mines.
I don't know. Did I watch Derpy's? You have one out, Derpy?
Yeah.
I think I watched it, and you were killing these guys. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't even know these were the mine generators.
Well, you missed it. Narrowly avoiding the red fire there.
There you go.
Okay, yeah. Stay on the outside. But even accidentally, he killed all those turrets. Yeah, they have like their. I think they're armored with cardboard covered with gasoline. The current turrets that we have, but you could take a wider path and probably not get hit by as much stuff. You don't need to stop.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hadn't tried just the flagship driving. I tried the whole fleet driving and the flagship on auto.
How'd you do on auto?
How is it shooting at it? Come on.
Flag on auto got about 26 minutes damage, but it is X1.
Why is the stupid thing not
I don't
shooting?
have an X1 flag. I might have to try that.
All right, finally it's dead.
Yeah, but why wasn't my ship shooting? That's rhetorical.
Okay. But as you see, they all, the mines are on a pre-programmed path. They don't care about you. They're just mindless killers.
Well,
But,
people have thought if we saw moving mines in a top level raid target.
say it one more time.
The top level raid target last month. What would we have thought if that one had moving mines in it?
If I'm not mistaken, you said just wait.
Well,
They all go down and
Yeah, just go down, let them all die, and then you can go and kill the rest of them.
or you can just go and kill the rest of them and still avoid the mines.
Yeah, but it might be easier. Either way.
There's not that many mines, so it's not so hard.
Well, the last raid did have moving mines.
Yeah, it did, but not like constant. And you set them off.
Yeah.
Control the.
But you couldn't kill them. But yeah, it's a little different.
You don't kill these mines either, but they die. Well, so did the other ones.
So I mean, one of the big experiments here is to figure out if you're better off on auto or driving. Because I'm not sure if you would get hit by as much.
well, I just switched to auto.
Oh, there you come.
I don't think that does a whole
That
lot.
was lucky.
What, when I yell at it?
Yeah, I think it killed it. It died when you yelled at it.
Mm-hmm. Oh!
I tried to do a spin move there, but that didn't work out too well.
So only
Because he turned
26 minutes on auto derby. That's really good. I wonder if you would do less driving or if it'd be about the same.
I don't know.
You would
Well-
benefit right now having the whole fleet, though. I think firepower.
Yeah, because you're kind of able to kill the thing before you're able to kill the turret and move to the next one
Mm-hmm.
before the orange stuff lands.
So it like creeping death crew would probably be good.
Yeah, the one with the good-looking guy.
Yeah. I wondered who that was at Kickside. I'm like,
Okay, well, that was
I'll take the artist.
All right.
Yep.
So it looks like about 38 minutes of damage. 42 minutes of damage.
It's where the hell is that?
Well, you got to close that.
42 over under.
gotta be-
42.
It's got to be lower than that.
Oh, 33. Okay.
Job. Okay, that's how I'm doing it from now on.
Really?
But I'm gonna try auto.
Oh, you think? Okay. Alrighty.
Is this where they switch around on you and stuff?
Yeah, you try to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although
Pull one up. Just-
the first
my
one,
tokens were on the bottom when they were switching around, so I don't know if anything's different for you.
Yeah, mine swapped places with the skirmish chest.
yeah, that's what happened to me as well. Yeah, my my first one, I hadn't even claimed anything. I was about to click on the Spring Reckoning, and the next thing I know, I claimed a skirmish chest.
If you want skins, might click on the Spring Reckoning. That'll give you skins eventually for the zealots. You'll probably get. I got oil the very first chest I opened, and then I got titanium, and then
Yeah.
I got
I
skin.
was just trying to see if they were switching around.
No, they're not. They're not.
No, they
switching around.
switched around on me after I clicked the first one.
So,
Yeah, but me, it was the first one overall. Like I haven't even. But yeah, again, my upgrade tokens were at the bottom, so maybe they're doing something
Maybe
to.
they fixed it.
maybe they fixed it.
Yeah.
I certainly hope so.
Okay. Let me see.
All right. Yeah, I don't know what the hell I want, so I'm just.
All right.
Unless you want me to click one to see if it switches.
No. It's
Okay.
It's all good. So, is there anything else we should be discussing at this point in time? We could put the slide back up, as we've already discussed what to do with the what to feel good about with the zealot and what not to feel good about, or have a little bit level of uncertainty or angst or anxiety as far as putting stuff on your ship.
Well, I think any angst or anxiety is new because of this new corrosive battery, because we don't know what it is. So we need to know more before we can really handle our inner angst.
Yeah, well, that does add to it, but yeah, there was already a bit of angst associated with what are we going to do as far as the next step beyond the first 4 specials and armors and whatnot. So
Well, countermeasures is still the thing that we don't know how much is enough.
yeah, that's true as well.
All right, I pulled it up. Do you want to see it? Talk about it?
Yeah, we
I
talked
don't know.
about it Wednesday. I just I just don't know if there's much else we need to talk about, because we talked about this for a while without corrosive battery 2 being. I mean, we still don't know the stats on that. So,
Well, for me, it's whether or not I need to do more damage or have evade. And that's my biggest question. I don't know which of those 2 I need.
Well, if I was going to build all 5 ships the same, those last 2 slots, I would do 1 corrosive battery and 1 evade.
okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much the way I've gone at the
And
moment.
not countermeasure reloader.
Not countermeasure reloader. I might end up putting 1 ship out of 2 ships. I mean, 1 ship out of 5, 2 ships out of 5, having countermeasure loaders 4 on them.
And what about Gallia?
Yeah, they gave us the
Yeah,
so they pointed us in that direction.
that adds like 1,600 penetrative survival. That doesn't. It's basically nothing.
Okay. Just throwing that one out there.
Yeah, so at least with countermeasure reloader, you get some reload on your scatters as well.
Yeah. Guess it's a wait and see.
But it's still a matter of whether you have two missile defences or you just run with 1. It's a bit hard not knowing what sort of turrets whether 1's going to be enough to keep you out of trouble.
Yeah. How do you optimize damage versus countermeasures? Yeah. And I don't really think we're going to see that until we see the target. That's not something we're going to see in the strategy guide, unless Derpy, bull rushes some part of Canada, has put that in.
I think the
Yeah,
only
unfortunately, I'm in quarantine, so I will not be doing that.
Are you actually in quarantine?
No, it's not
Okay.
quarantine.
Okay. Just making sure.
Responsible social distancing.
Mm-hmm.
I think the only hint that we got for this was from Gilly at the beginning when she said, hint, hint, survival is important. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Just because the ship itself doesn't have survival, so yeah, the more survival you add, it doesn't become the diminishing returns doesn't happen as quickly because there's not survival built into the hull. So yeah. Alrighty. Well, if we don't have much else, I guess we could proceed to the after show. Because we've already gone through this whole thing. Okay.
Yep.
Well, we'll see you all on Wednesday when we'll be discussing what prizes are in pillage, because I'm still not completely certain. And
And the strategy guy. Maybe.
Yeah. And now there's 1,500 types of guns. It's outlawed in Canada. So, I'm assuming the scattergun is one of them. I'm not certain, but yeah. So we'll see you all on Wednesday, and wash your hands and don't lick any doorknobs. So we'll see you all later.
Good night, all.
Yeah.
Good night.
Good night.